President Tinubu sends new request seeking to repeal Student Loan Act amid launch delays. POS operator graciously returns 9.9 million naira to customer due to error transfer. Chiba community seeks return of 87 schoolgirls still in captivity 10 years after abduction. On the foreign scene, United Nations says 7 million people are currently displaced amid humanitarian crisis in Democratic Republic of Congo. Hello and welcome to the Trust TV News Update at this hour. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for joining us. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has transmitted the Students' Loans Bill to the House of Representatives for consideration. He transmitted the bill through a letter addressed to the Speaker Abbas Tajuddin on Thursday. The Student Loan Access to Higher Education Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024 seeks to enhance the implementation of the Higher Education Student Loan Scheme by addressing challenges related to the management structure of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, applicant eligibility requirements, loan purpose, funding sources, as well as the disbursement and repayment procedures. The Speaker, who read the letter at Thursday's plenary, said the President is hopeful that the submission will receive the usual expeditious consideration of the House of Representatives. And out of the Red Chambers, Senator Ali Ndume, the chief whip of the Senate, has revealed that he cautioned Senator Abdul Ningi regarding the allegation of over 3 trillion naira budget padding in the 2024 budget. However, Ningi, representing Bauchi Central in the Senate, ignored his warning. Following Ningi's claim, which the Senate deemed false, he was suspended for 3 months. Ndume, appearing on Channel Television's Politics Today on Wednesday, criticized Ningi's assertion, stating that he was attempting to politicize and ethnicize the 2024 budget, which he believed to be incorrect. Ndume emphasized that he had urged Ningi to provide evidence to support his claims, which he failed to do so. As a senior member of the Senate, Ndume asserted that he could attest to the fact that the North was not disadvantaged by the South in the budget, contrary to Ningi's allegations. Civil society and rights groups have lambasted the Accountant General of the Federation, Commissioners of Finance of the 36 states of the Federation, and other government officials for choosing to hold a workshop in the United Kingdom at a time when the economy is experiencing a major downturn. The office of the AGF reportedly held the workshop on public financial management and international public sector accounting standards in London, United Kingdom. Findings show that the workshop was held at Copthorne Tara Hotel, Kensington, London, from March 4 to March 9, 2024. The workshop, titled Public Financial Management and IPSAS, brought together state commissioners of finance and officials from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. However, some Nigerians and rights groups have criticized the AGF and the commissioners for being insensitive to the mood of the nation, saying such a workshop should have been held within the country to save costs. A human rights group, the International Society for Social Justice and Human Rights, described the travel embarked upon by the office of the AGF as needless and a waste of the country's financial resources. The federal government has initiated a move to transition Nigerian Railway Corporation locomotives from diesel to liquefied natural gas and compressed natural gas in a bid to steer the corporation towards sustainable energy operational costs. The Director, Press and Public Relations Ministry of Transportation, Olujimi Oyetomi, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday. According to the statement, the move is part of President Tinubu's desire to provide Nigerians with efficient, affordable and sustainable transportation, given the recent removal of subsidy on fuel. On Tuesday, March 12, 2024, the Citadel Consortium presented the LNG-CNG alternative for joint deliberation by the Ministry of Transportation and the NRC at the ministry's headquarters. To expedite the process, the ministry directed the immediate formation of a 7-member technical committee tasked with evaluating the feasibility and potential outcomes of retrofitting NRC's locomotives with LNG-CNG technology. The committee was given 7 to 14 days to come up with recommendations. A businessman at Dawano Grain Market in the Kano metropolis who mistakenly transferred 10 million naira instead of 10,000 naira to a point-of-sale operator has gotten his money back. The trader, on December 21 last year, transferred 10 million naira to 37-year-old Muhammad Sani Abdurrahman, who operates a POS, thinking that he transferred 10,000 naira. The POS operator also said he did not know that he was paid the sum of 10 million naira. However, upon realizing an excess of 9,990,000 naira in his POS business account, he reported the transaction to the police. Police spokesman Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa said it took police detectives 3 months of investigation to identify the person who made the mobile transfer. Kiyawa, a superintendent of police, disclosed that the police, led by Abdul Wahab Zubairu of the Criminal Investigation Department on March 14, 2024, identified the businessman, name withheld, as the rightful owner of the excess money. The customer was paid on Thursday through his account the sum of 9,990,000 naira, which he had mistakenly added to the initial 10,000 naira he intended to pay the POS operator. Operatives of the Kano State Hisbah Board have arrested 12 adults caught eating in broad daylight while fasting is ongoing. The arrest followed a raid carried out by the board at several places, including areas around Murtala Mohammed Specialist Hospital, Kofar Wambai, France Road, Igbo Road, Bata, Yankaba, and Malam Kato Market. The arrested persons are accused of shunning fasting despite announcement across radio stations and other media platforms about the sighting of the moon. However, the accused persons said they are among those who won't fast until they see the moon by themselves, adding that they were not aware of the announcement because they neither have radio nor mobile phones. While the other confessed to eating cassava inside the market, another said he had an ulcer attack, hence the reason for eating. The Deputy Commandant General of the Board, Mujahideen Aminuddin Abubakar, said the raid would continue across all nooks and crannies of the state until everyone joined the fasting in accordance with Islamic dictates. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Wednesday arrested one Kenneth Bako, a younger brother to the immediate past governor of Plateau State and now senator representing Plateau South Senatorial District, Simon Bako Lalong. Bako arrested at about 1:30 p.m. in Yelwa town in Shandam local government area of the state. A resident of the area who also confirmed the development on Thursday stated that the cause of his arrest might be connected to allegations of mismanagement of contracts he handled between 2015 and 2023 during Lalong's tenure as governor of the state. Although information about whether he was moved to Abuja or Jos is still sketchy as of the time of filing this report. The FCC Toyota bus, reports say, was said to have driven towards Shandam Road. Bako is a contractor who is said to have handled several contracts during the tenure of his brother, Simon Lalong. Nearly a decade after the abduction of 276 female students at Government Secondary School in Chibok, a local government area in Borno State, families of the remaining 87 captives have remained hopeful they will regain freedom and return to the community. This was disclosed by spokesperson of the affected community, Alan Manasseh, while paying tribute during the 70th birthday of Pastor Chinedu Ezekwesili. While giving an update on the matter, Manasseh disclosed that nothing has been heard of the remaining 87 schoolgirls. The students of Government Girls Secondary School in Chibok, Borno State, were kidnapped by Boko Haram insurgents on April 14, 2014. And after a sad development, no fewer than 8 people were on Thursday confirmed injured in multiple auto crashes along the Ago-Igbala bus stop on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It was gathered that the multiple crashes involved 2 commercial buses and a tipper Iveco Fiat just in front of Osado filling station at about 8:12 a.m. The spokesperson for the Ogun State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, who confirmed the number of injured victims, said the truck driver has been arrested. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. Small businesses in Abuja decry negative impact of declining power supply on operations. We'll bring you insights and details of this story and more after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. But if you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust Television. Now let's take a look at a recap of some of our top stories. We told you that President Tinubu sends new request seeking to repeal Student Loan Act amid launch delays. Plus, POS operator graciously returns 9.9 million naira to customer due to error transfer. And now moving on to more stories. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, Benue State University Branch, Makurdi, has suspended its strike. This was contained in the statement issued by the chairman and secretary of the association, Comrades Kwakfon Tarnongo and Tarimun Gajer, and made available to journalists in Makurdi on Wednesday. The BSU ASU has been on strike since February 1, 2024 to demand implementation and payment of accrued arrears of 2021, 2022 and 2023 promotions. The union said it suspended the strike based on the personal intervention of the visitor to the university, Governor Hyacinth Alia, and his appeal and assurances that all grievances of ASU BSU will be resolved as soon as it suspends the strike action. It expressed confidence that the government under Governor Hyacinth Alia shall ensure that the agreement is implemented fully, expeditiously and satisfactorily. The Katsina Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service on Wednesday released 6 seized trucks loaded with assorted grains to their owners. This is in line with the directives of President Bola Tinubu through the Controller General of the service, Adewale Adeniyi, during his recent working visit to Katsina recently. Abdullahi Yamadi has the rest of the story.
The Katsina Area Controller of Customs, Muhammad Umar, while handing over the detained goods to the owners, warned that the grains must be sold within the Nigerian territory and to Nigerian people. He mentioned that the 6 released trucks suspected to be heading to Niger Republic were intercepted sometime in February 2024 around Mayadwa local government area of Katsina State and brought to the Customs House. The Customs Command, in collaboration with the Federal Intelligence Unit, led the operation and vowed that the officials will continue to monitor activities of the traders with a view to addressing hunger and the ever-increasing prices of essential commodities in the country.
The response to the presidential directive is to ensure food security and alleviate the hardship faced in the country. To ensure the directive is complied with, the command, in collaboration with the Customs Intelligence Unit, CIU Federal Operation Unit, and the Joint Border Patrol Team, to be closely monitored by the task force in order not to be allowed to smuggle out of the country.
The Katsina Customs boss noted that the customs officials under the leadership of the Controller General Adewale Adeni will continue to foster constructive collaboration with the border communities to ensure security and the ease of doing business. He therefore called for a synergy between the service and residents of border communities that will help in checking the excesses of unpatriotic elements smuggling food and other essential commodities out of Nigeria. According to the Katsina Customs Area Controller, Muhammad Umar, there is no better time to do that than now, considering the hunger facing Nigerians, especially at the border areas. While receiving the seized goods on behalf of the owners, the Meadua Local Council Chairman Salisuna Allah and the Chief of Staff Government House Katsina Jabiru Sauri appreciated the service and Nigeria's president, assuring that the traders will adhere strictly to the presidential directives.
This is a very huge gesture coming from Nigerian Customs Service, owing to the order of Mr. President to release the seized assorted grains to the owners. But this demonstrates the willingness and the intention of the Nigerian government and the customs authorities towards food security in the nation.
Public commentators in Katsina are saying the released grains are too insignificant to impact on the current economic and food crisis facing the country, and urged the government to, as a matter of urgency, import food to crush the increasing hike of food items. Many Nigerians are waiting anxiously to see how the land borders reopening amidst Naira devaluation will break the chain of hunger and starvation ravaging millions of families in the country. Abdullahi Izumayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Epileptic power supply has grounded businesses in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, with those affected lamenting the negative impact on their operations. Speaking to Trust TV on Wednesday, welders in Abuja said they have resorted to the use of generators in order to remain in business as power supply has almost hit zero. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
The persistent power glitches in Abuja have been attributed to vandalism of transmission installations, with severe consequences on artisans who depend on electricity to remain in business. 39-year-old Christopher runs a welding workshop in the Jabi area of Abuja, but the current blackout in Abuja is nearly pushing him out of business.
So at times you stay from morning till night, you cannot get light. 2 days safe, you cannot get light. It's only at times they will bring it early in the morning, they will take it. So right now, the thing is not strong. If there will be electricity right now constantly in Nigeria, at least it will reduce the hardship. It will reduce we using more of fuel.
Obinna and his colleagues are now compelled to spend funds beyond their usual budget to sustain their operations.
Every day we do spend more than 10 liters to 12 liters every day, and you know what it's worth, up to 10,000 naira every day to work per day. So it's too much for us. Inside the market, you may bargain 20,000 naira of work now. You go next 2 hours, it will increase. So we find it difficult for we to do our work.
We cannot make use of light because of the situation of the country. So the light is not, they don't give us light. And the diesel we are using is expensive per liter. Before, we are buying 5 liter, 1,000 naira. But now, for us to get 5 liter now, it's 8,500. So the price is too much for us. Even we are affecting our work.
In addition to crippling commercial activities of Nigerians who struggle to survive the impact of the general cost of living crisis, the Abuja blackout is making the city more hostile for the residents.
You don't know the difference between 12, 8, 9, 10. No light. If they bring the light, 30, if it's up to 30 minutes, you thank God. The next thing is off. Join this heat. that we are passing through. Everything is right up. You can't say you want to come outside and relax. The same thing. So no light. I can. In fact, I will just give it 10 over 100.
Despite series of meetings between the federal government and the electricity distribution companies, it seems there is no end in sight with regards to the poor electricity supply in the nation's capital. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And in business, the Naira on Wednesday appreciated by 1.88% to 1,570 Naira at the parallel section of the foreign exchange market. Nigeria's currency appreciated from 1,600 Naira per dollar, traded on March 11. Currency traders in Lagos, also known as Bureau de Change operators, quoted the buying rate of the greenback at 1,550 Naira and the selling price at 1,570 Naira, leaving a profit margin of 20 Naira. At the official section of the FX market, the local currency depreciated by 0.78% to 1,615 Naira, 0.94 kobo per dollar on Wednesday from 1,603 Naira, 38 kobo per dollar on March 12. According to FMDQ Exchange, a platform that oversees official foreign exchange trading in Nigeria, the Naira recorded a high of 1,635 Naira and a low of 1,500 Naira. FMDQ reported that daily foreign exchange turnover rose by 103.59% to $248.75 million compared to $122.18 million, recorded the previous trading day. On March 13, the federal government said an increase in oil production would bring in dollars without causing inflation. Still in business, Nigeria is expected to issue its first Eurobonds since 2022 and has hired Citibank NA, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase & Co. to advise on it. According to a report by Bloomberg, the size of the action to be carried out before June is yet to be determined. The last time Africa's most populous nation tapped the international debt market was in March 2022, when it raised $1.25 billion through a 7-year Eurobonds. The report said, according to sources close to the deal, Nigeria has also hired Standard Chartered Bank and Lagos-based Chapel Hill Denham as advisors. Nigeria has a Eurobonds maturity due next year amounting to $1.2 billion, which would add to over $1.0 billion typically used to service external obligations annually. On the international scene, escalating violence in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has resulted in the displacement of over 250,000 people in the past month, marking a dire humanitarian crisis, according to a senior United Nations official. Far from the capital, Kinshasa, Eastern Congo has long been plagued by more than 120 armed groups vying for control of the region's abundant resources, particularly gold, and perpetrating massacres in the process. This has contributed to one of the world's largest humanitarian crises, with an estimated 7 million people displaced, many of whom are inaccessible to aid organizations. Ramesh Raghursingham, Director of Coordination at the United Nations Humanitarian Office, described the situation as heartbreaking and horrible after visiting the city of Goma, where many displaced individuals sought refuge. He emphasized the unprecedented scale of displacement within a short period. The M23 rebel group, considered the most dominant in the region and purportedly linked to neighboring Rwanda, has intensified its attacks on villages amid clashes with security forces. This has led to further displacement, with many seeking refuge in Goma, already struggling with its large population and limited resources. And with that, we've come to the end of the news update at this hour. But remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aisha Salihu. Join us again.